Hi there, it's Mark, and in today's Lightroom tutorial we're going to be looking at how we can apply edits on import into Lightroom to give us a good kickstart on our editing process. We'll also look at how we can group some pictures together and one edit will actually cascade to the others, and my favourite of all, in gallery view, having just imported them and we're cherry picking around which pictures we want to keep and which pictures we don't want to keep, we can start that editing journey. So this one, for example, looks woefully underexposed. Well, let's just give it an extra stop of exposure. This one looks a bit too bright. Let's give it 2/3 of a stop down. There we go. This one could do a brightening as well. Let's give it full stop up. And while we're on the subject, any of these other settings too. So just by browsing around, we can start that journey. That's what today's all about. You don't need these particular pictures. You can use yours because there's nothing special we're doing about any one of them today. And we'll get cracking, and I'll keep it all under 15 minutes. He said before he's actually recorded the other bit, but we'll see. Oh, and I had a question. On my previous video, I had a link to some free Lightroom presets, and I was asked how long will they be available. Well, the answer is as long as that video is, so a good while. So the previous video I will link to above there, far corner over there somewhere. Now go and check it out after here, and in the notes on that video are the links you need to download the presets. What are the presets? If you haven't watched it already, here's a teaser. Let's edit this particular picture. D for a develop module, and I've got a whole series of presets which focus on background change. So here I'll hover over this particular one and it'll lower the background by about half a stop or a full stop, or can brighten the background incrementally in 0.25 of a stop, or we can take the subject and we can darken the subject, or we can brighten the subject, all just by hovering over. And if you see one you like, you commit to it with a click. So let's make him pop by half a stop, and let's lower the background by half a stop. There you go. That's what the presets do. They're free. The link's in the other video, which was up there a moment ago. Watch this one first, and I better get going if I'm going to keep under 15 minutes. So off we go. Cue the titles. Okay, so I think the best place to start might be to see what we can do on import itself. Now, I haven't plugged my camera in to transfer these. I've already got some pictures ready in a folder for Lightroom. So I can do this a number of ways. I can click, drag and drop them onto the background where I've got Lightroom there. As long as it wasn't in develop module already, they should import, and here they are. Here's the import dialog box. Now, over here, you have an option to apply a develop setting straight away. So you can choose one of your own or one of the ones that actually comes with Lightroom. So for example, I'm just going to pick a black and white one and choose black and white soft. I've got no idea what that one actually does. And now when I import it, it should bring these files in with that profile. And indeed, there it is. You can see them slowly playing catch up as it goes across, applying that profile. Sorry, applying that preset. Let's just delete all these. And we'll do it again with something different. So I'm removing from Lightroom here, not deleting from disk, because I still need these pictures. I just don't want them in Lightroom. Now they've gone. So let's go back and re-import again. So this time we're going to auto apply. What's that? That's the same as pressing the auto button on each and every one. And I've got that in my studio presets. I've got auto settings, and I will import those. And now this is the equivalent of looking at each one in turn and pressing the auto button. So how do you create that preset? Very easily. I've got it in other videos, but I'll quickly show you now because it doesn't take too long. Click on any picture you want. D for a develop module. I'm now going to create a preset from it over here, click plus, click create presets. Now this time I'm going to check none, and I'm going to check auto settings. I'm going to give it a name just to make it different from others. Call it just auto. Nothing else has been applied, and create. Of course, you could have other things in there. You could have a set of changes you already want to make, and you can include those in that dialog box. You could have, for example, want to retain a particular vignette or a particular level of sharpening or a particular level of clarity, whatever, and you just go through and you'd click all the various ones you want and then create the preset. So now we've got our own based on auto. If we go back to our gallery view, delete that one picture, it was the first one. Go back here, it was this one. I'll drag and drop that in, and then auto settings, that was what I chose last time, but just to make sure it is a new one, we'll go and choose just auto, and that's there forever now, so I can always apply that when I import my pictures. So here's the set of pictures we've imported. Okay, D for develop module on the first one. You can see that all of these have got different variations of the slider values because they've all been auto corrected and auto adapts per picture. G for a gallery view, Control A. This time we're going to edit, so the edit copies all of the other pictures. I've selected all of them. I'm currently highlighting this one. I'm now going to press D for my develop module. If auto sync is not already ticked, tick it. That's it off. That's it on. Now this means whatever I do to this picture will be replicated across the others. So let's prove that a little bit. Let's drag exposure all the way down, and we're looking at the bottom film strip here. You can see exposures running along them all, proving that it is copying that change. So let's reset exposure. So I can use this as a means to multi-edit, but that isn't really very good because these were indoors, this one's quite bright, so we're never going to have a situation here where exposure matches them, which is why auto was a better one. However, there are things which don't care you can get away with, such as applying profiles and having them run across, because this is about the look and feel that you want to be applied to the pictures. So let's go for Artistic 5 and close. And now Artistic 5 will be applied to all of these. G for a gallery view. Jump into this one, develop module, and you can see Artistic 5 is the profile that's been applied. Incidentally, on profiles, it's always worth playing a little bit with the slider here to apply more or less of the same profile, because it can make quite a difference profile to profile, granted, but it can make quite a difference. Okay, G for gallery view, Control or Command D, Control G on a PC, Command D on a Mac to deselect them all. Now just eyeballing this in gallery view, something else I can do, I'll just close this to give me more room. Something else I can do is I can edit in gallery view. So for example, that one looks a bit underexposed. Well, over here in tone control, you've got all the basic panel, exposure, highlights, shadows, etc. What I would like to do with that one is just bump it up a stop. So on the right hand side we have one stop up or one stop down, and the two little ones in between are third stops. And if we look at blacks, for example, that increments by 1 unit, and that would be a third of the unit. In this case it's stops because it's exposure, so I'm going to bump that up by 1, and you can see the impact here. I'll just press my plus key to make this a bit bigger, so you can see that has gone up by 1. Might bump that up a little bit as well. This one looks a little bit overexposed, so I'm going to bring that down a stop. In fact, I'm going to bring back the highlights down on that one. 2, 3. This one could do with a bump up exposure, so I'm going to give that a full stop. The others I'm fairly okay with. I think I want to brighten that one a little bit. So this is just a base level. It's a way of just going through and having a bit of an adjustment, seeing your other pictures in context, because we could click develop this one and I could play with the exposure here. If indeed I wanted to do exposure, I could right hand arrow key to take me to the next picture in my film strip, and it's difficult to compare the exposure and look and feel of this picture based on the previous one. Right hand arrow again based on this one. So back in our gallery view, however, generally I would do this to go through and get some sort of balance so I can refer to more than one picture as I'm going through, because typically they are of the same sort of picture. Like that one I think actually is overexposed. I might bring that down a stop. Not quite a stop, I'll take it up a third. That's a bit better. And yeah, that's it. At this point as well, I could be doing things like, don't like that one, throw it away. So hit my backspace key and remove from Lightroom, or more appropriately delete from disk if that was the case. And that's a few examples of how you can do multi-edits and work through things, and you've got all these to play with while you're just dotting around. And while you're looking through them, why not do some quick base changes? Zoom out. I tend to present most of my street photography in black and white, so I think on this next posting up to Facebook I'll probably go for some portraits. So I'm probably going to pick this young lady out. I'm holding my command button down on my Mac, control button on a PC. Pick these people out, I think, for portrait type shots. And I'm going to put them into a black and white. I'll include that one as well. And that one. So I want a bit of a black and white view. Now, my initial starting point for some of my black and whites in Lightroom is black and white profile number 2 or 3. So we can come over here to saved presets and choose a black and white one. Now I happen to have one already in my own, which is black and white 02. So I'll just select that one, and that is my starting point for then going in and making the edits of these particular ones in black and white. But any preset you have can be applied at that point. So there you go. We've looked at how we can apply things on import, how we can create our own presets specifically for that, such as auto. We've looked at ways that we can highlight multiple pictures, and within those highlighted we edit one and that cascades to the other, and that includes profiles and presets and the like. But also it's a good way to cherry pick through and make some initial changes, such as something being too dark or underexposed rather than something being overexposed. So I hope you found that useful. It's a good way to get a first view of your pictures and be productive at the same time. I'm going to stop there. If you think you've got any benefit from this at all, or if you think you haven't had any benefit from this at all, please consider clicking that like button, because YouTube likes likes and therefore I like likes. And subscribe if you haven't already. And before we go, don't forget to check out the previous video where I have my free presets to download and use in your editing. Bye for now.